morning. It's Doug Smith. I'm going to do a quick listing video on helping an agent. I'm going on Tuesday on a listing appointment. And so just wanted to show y'all what I would be doing, no matter if it was me going on my own or me going to assist an agent. So the first thing you have to have is you've got to be able to get in the MLS. So that's always going to be your license number with a 0, and then you'll have your own password. Once you log in, you're either going to be where there's 14 boxes, 7 on top of 7, or you'll go right into the MLS. So right here, you see there's 7 on top of 7. In the left corner, you'll hit matrix. When you click on that, you're going to be in your screen that we've kind of cleaned up for conformity's sake. And the first thing I'm going to do is see if this home was ever put in the MLS before. So the address is 710 West Malloy Bridge in Seagoville. So I'm going to go right here to street number and type in 710. And then I'm not going to put the bridge or the west. I'm just going to put Malloy, and I'm going to spell M-A-L and hit search. And it goes all the way back to 2003. And you can see that that property's not in here. So it's never been listed in the MLS. So now I got to go up here to my matrix, the dashboard, and I'm going to go down to tax roll right here and the realist tax. And once I get to the realist tax, I need to type in the address and see if it comes up. 710 Malloy. And I'm going to hit search and just see what comes up. So you can see that here's 710 West Malloy, and I've got it, and I'm going to double click on it, and I'm going to proceed. And I'm going to go ahead and print this. This is the full report. Okay, it gives me the most information on the property. Down in the middle, it'll tell me the square footage. So it looks like it's about 2845 square feet on 1.5 acres. Okay, so that's always good to know. So I'm going to hit print, and I'm going to hit quick print, and I'm going to print it. So that's the tax roll. Okay. And you have to maybe go through some hoops to actually get it to print. But we are going through this like it's a full listing presentation. So I always first try to see if I can get it done simpler by seeing if it was in the MLS, which we checked by going to that little square, and we typed in the street number, and we typed in the first couple letters of the street in the name, and nothing came up. Remember, we went right here and did 710, and you don't have to put the direction, you just put the street and just the first couple letters. You hit search and nothing came up. So then we went to the tax roll, okay, right there, and we printed it. So the next thing we need to do is when we have that, we do kind of need to look at the subdivision name. It's a little awkward. See how this subdivision name right here is really long, okay? And we know it's on 1.5 acres, but it's in Seagoville. So we need to now do a CMA. So I'm going to go up here to my matrix and go to search, residential, detailed. This is our search for a buyer. So over here, we need to mark active contingent, active kickout, active option, pending, sold. I'm going to go ahead and change it to 180 days. I'm going to go over here to acres. I'm going to put 1+. See that? You got to put a plus sign, 1+, single family. Over here, I'm going to type in Seagoville. As soon as I see it, I need to double click it. And now up here, I'm going to go ahead and go, and I'm going to start probably 3 miles, and I'm going to slowly type in the address, 710 West Malloy. And you'll see it came up, so I'm going to select it. And now you see there's 3 properties. So I'm going to hit results. You can see that there's 3 right there. I'm going to check the box above it. I'm going to click quick CMA. And I'm going to print this. And then I'm going to look at this and say, okay, let's see, this is 650,000. It's a big home, 4,700. This one's 1792 is on the market for 8 days. And then this one's sold down here for about 345. It's on the market for 20 days, 1,400 square foot. So, you're going to have to go with a price. And at this point, what I do is I go to a NetSheet app. Now, this is Lawyers Agent space one, Lawyers Agent. I'm sorry, lawyersagent.com. And when you default into it and opens, it's in a buyer net sheet. You're going to go to seller. And again, it's lawyersagent.com. And then here you need to put in a price. So I'm going to go ahead and put 400,000. It automatically defaults 6%. I'm going to leave that alone. Right here, it tells you that if you know the taxes, you can put those in. And because we do know the taxes off of this tax roll, I'm going to scroll down and show you where that is. This is the tax roll. And you can see there it says taxes are $6,600. So that's good enough. So I'm going to put 6,700. And I don't care about the interest rate the seller has. And then the end of June is perfect. I'm going to hit compute and it does a net sheet. And these net sheets are important because every seller wants to know what they're going to walk away with when you go to meet them. So you hit share print. It says, I understand. You're going to pick probably whatever you like as a template. There's multiple options. Over here, you'll hit print. Once it loads, you're going to hit print again. Okay, then you're going to go up to the top. You can see that you can hit back. And you're just going to change this and probably do 3 of them, 10,000 increments. So 390. Okay, scroll to the bottom. Compute, everything else is saved. Hit share print. You're just going to have to mess around with this. It's the only way that you'll be successful is you've got to, you're going to have to start actually failing forward. Log in, do a hypothetical Daffy Duck as a seller, make your own house as the address, check out your own house, see if you can do a listing presentation on it. But again, this is going to, be your winner for listing a home. You hit the back button, you're going to go to 380. I like to do 3 different price ranges, and I like to do 10,000 difference. So I tab a couple times, scroll to the bottom, hit compute, and then we'll be done with really MLS and our NetSheet app. And all we need to do is go in and print our forms for the listing. So there was 3 net sheets. So just to recap, we went into the MLS. We tried to find out if the home had ever been listed before. It wasn't. If it was, you would just click on the MLS number and print that. And above the picture, it would have a tab that says tax, and you could do that. But it didn't. It wasn't in the MLS. So then we had to go to the tax roll. We had to find it. We printed it. We then did a CMA, and then we did 3 net sheets. So now we're going to go to zip forms, texasrealestate.com. And let's say that when you log in, it should look like this. It'll say log in. Okay, so again, texasrealestate.com, log in. It'll have your default settings. You'll hit log in there. You'll hit zip forms. The screen turns blue. And when the screen turns blue, we're only interested in one tab and one tab only, the new tab. And you'll see it right here. So you click on it and 5 boxes pull up. We only care about the first 3, seller, buyer, lease. So this is a listing. So we click on it, and I'm going to go ahead and name it the name of the seller, which is Victoria Temple Church. So I'm going to name it Victoria or Victory or Church. I'll just name it Church. Okay. We're going to select the dot next to residential, and we're going to do listing template, and we're going to hit save. And the next screen, you always are looking at a white summary square, and you go 2 tabs over to documents. So the first thing we have to do is print the IBS. You can see it's already pre-filled. So all you do is hit print. All right, and then we're going to go back and open up the seller's disclosure, and we're going to print it. And then really the only other document that we require here is we're going to go to the listing agreement, and we're going to open it up. And again, we're going to look over here at the property details, and we're going to copy and paste the seller's name. So it's a church. And of course, they're going to have people that are on their committee that have to sign. Okay, God in Christ. And then down here, we're going to do the legal description, which on this one, there's no lot and block. So what we're going to do is just copy this description here. I'm going to go back in here. And when we scroll down, we're going to paste it right there. As you can see it all right there. Okay. And then here, we're going to put the city of Seagoville. Like all caps. I'm surprised we couldn't know how to spell it. Seagoville. And we know that's in Dallas County. All right, we're going to scroll down. There is no HOA, so I'm going to unmark that. I'm going to leave the price blank. I am meeting them tomorrow, and usually we do about a 3-month listing, so I'm going to go out a few months, and I'm going to pick the same day. I'm going to go back, and boom. Okay, 6%. Everything else is pre-filled, so I don't need anything else. This is done. That's the beauty of DHS. We template our forms, so it's done. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to hit print. And this basically concludes the listing. That's all I do for listing. And then you got to have some social skills and know what's going on in the world so you can have a conversation with the seller when you get there. So again, just to recap, and then we'll call today. In order to get a listing, first off, you set the appointment, which is imperative, and we did that. And second, you go into MLS and see if it's ever been in the MLS before. If not, then you pull up the tax roll, you print it, you do a CMA, you print it, you do 3 net sheets, you print it, you go to zip forms, you print an IBS, a seller's disclosure, and an exclusive right to sell. And that concludes the training for listing presentations today.